Well, I have Netflix and I want to see more Netflix movies, but sometimes I'm so busy seeing movie theater movies that I don't get the time to watch Netflix. I'm going to try to make more time for it, and let's start talking about one of the ones I've seen so far, which is Close. Close is about a bodyguard that gets a new assignment to protect a rich, spoiled brat. And just as she's protecting this brat to go to a safe house, well, something goes awry. People invade the safe house. She escapes with the brat, and then they have to survive together and figure out who's trying to kill her, who's trying to kidnap her, and what's going on. Typical bodyguard type action movie. To be honest, this movie starts off really good. I enjoyed the first action sequence in the movie. It's how the movie starts off.
Scream.
And then we cut to this rich family where it's a single mother or stepmother raising this spoiled brat, who this spoiled brat is going to get the inheritance of like this, was it oil company or something like that? I honestly forget.
I bequeath all my shares in Hassin Mining to Zoe Tanner.
I will contest this.
Eric wanted me to present this to you personally. He felt you might need our guidance.
I can't believe you did this.
How much are they worth? The shares?
Eric hoped that getting Zoe involved in the company would bring you closer.
I don't have time for this.
But then as the movie goes along and the bodyguard is protecting this girl, and there's some action scenes, and I'm like, okay, these action scenes are good, and maybe it's enough for me to say it's an average or an okay movie, because I do enjoy the action sequences. And that is easily the best part of the movie. I also thought the bodyguard, played by, is it Naomi Rapace or something like that? She was the original girl in the dragon tattoo in the foreign language films. I thought she was good as this action hero. I did like her acting. I didn't care too much about her character because it was one of those cold, unfeeling characters that's just all about business. But deep inside, she has a heart and a thing for this kid because she had a history where she gave up her child, which that's kind of cliched by this point. But as an action hero, I thought she did an okay job. I enjoyed her. And I enjoyed the action, or at least the first 3 or so action sequences. Once it gets to an action sequence where she falls into a water and fights underwater with a guy, and the swarm of fish attack him, by that point, all the action sequences started getting really dull and boring. But all the action sequences before that, really great. When it comes to the bad, I didn't like the girl that our main hero has to protect. I thought both the acting from her and the character herself was annoying, especially towards the beginning. Really, most of the acting is just sort of eh. I wouldn't go so far as to say that the acting was bad for the most part. It's just sort of meh. It was bad towards the end, though. Towards the end, the dialogue that they're given, plus the acting and the line deliveries with that dialogue, was pretty bad. As far as the plot goes, it is very predictable and bland, and that would be fine as long as the action sequences hold up. And for the first half of the movie, the action scenes hold up and make it interesting. But towards the second half, the action wasn't so good, and it just made it all the more apparent how bad the plot was, or how predictable and boring the plot was. And that's really all I have to say about Close. It's just forgettable, bland, but the action sequence toward the beginning are at least acceptable and entertaining. So in the end, I'm going to give Close 2.5 stars. So, did you see Close? What'd you think about it? Go ahead and comment below. If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and check out my movie reviews or countdowns of this year, of previous years, of whatever. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My